Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. And what I want to share with you today is 7 big obstacles that you may encounter or run into when starting an online business. Let's check these things out. All right, so when we look at these 7 big obstacles when starting an online business, or really a lot of businesses in general, you're looking at these main 7 points, and that is the lack of direction, you don't have a product, getting the eyeballs, such as traffic to what you're offering, building a team, financials, talking with your customers, and focusing on high value tasks. So these are some of the big issues that I see entrepreneurs, freelancers, or online business owners make when it comes to trying to build an online business. So for example, lack of direction. So what happens is if you got an idea, say, hey, here's my idea, I want to go ahead and make a website about, well, it could be about cars, it could be about trains, it could be about whatever the subject matter is. But now you've got an idea and you start going a little bit this way. Then you go ahead and go this way. Then you go back, you make some twists and turns. So there's no real clear path of what you're really trying to do. There's no plan, there's no vision. It's all over the place, kind of like hitting a golf ball, not closer to the hole, but you're just kind of hitting it around on the course and not really having any direction or systematic approach. Hole 1, hole 2, hole 3. So lack of direction I see all the time when it comes to entrepreneurs or people trying to start an online business. There's no specific strategic focus. They're just trying to fly by the seat of their pants. Second thing, major problem is no product. Well, how are you going to get money? That's one of the big things when it comes to business. The whole point of a business is to go ahead and generate revenue. Ultimately, you're giving someone a higher value product that they're willing to exchange money for. But how are you going to make money from that business? If you're thinking, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do ads. Well, ads are fine and great, but you need thousands of hits on your blog or website to get any sort of revenue or traction. Or if you're starting a YouTube channel, same kind of concept. You need much more traction to get that going. The thing is you might get sponsorships, but again, why would people sponsor you if you don't have the traffic? So starting with a product, even if it's a product for $7 or $77, all of a sudden gives you a leg up that now you could sell to 1,000 people, 2,000 people, or just even 20 people that buy a $77 product. You now have something of value that you could go ahead and put into for all the other expenses that you're going to encounter, such as the accountant, such as the email marketing or any kind of marketing or promotion or advertising or hiring a team. That revenue is needed and necessary to keep your business operational. Next big hurdle I see is getting eyeballs or traffic. And really, it's hard for a lot of people to understand. It's like, hey, I need to generate traffic. How do I get traffic? Well, really remember, there's the big sites. People are starting things out at these big sites. You're not really generating or creating traffic. It's really the internet providers that create the traffic. All you're trying to do is, from sites like Facebook, Instagram, it could be Twitter, it could be other blogs, it could be YouTube. You're just trying to get a piece or portion of that traffic from their website to come to your website. And now that's really what you're doing. So if you got this big website, all you're trying to do is all these different big websites, they're trying to go to your website. So that's you. And that's what you're ultimately doing, is you're refunneling and redirecting traffic. And you got to think about it that way. Not so much how do I create traffic, because it's the internet providers that create the traffic. Okay, before we move on, I wanted to remind you that we have a ton of great freebies on our website at BackstageIncome.com. So feel free to scroll through the website and get and download the freebies that you want to ramp up, grow your business, automate it, and make it that much better. Anyways, sorry for the interruption. Let's get moving. Okay, the next thing is building a team. Okay, if you're just doing it all on your own, solopreneur, that's perfectly fine. And you could still be a solopreneur with a 3-person team because you're still doing it most of it on your own. You're concoctioning things, you're a small team. But really, if you don't have a team, there's going to be so many tasks that you just don't have the time to do. So for example, I might, for example, record this video right now, but then to list it on my website, to do the description on YouTube, to do the thumbnail, all these things, you can outsource. Same thing with, let's say, live chat support, a lot of those things you can start outsourcing to other people. And now you're able to go ahead and focus on high value tasks that we'll talk about in a second. One of the other things that people don't understand is the financials, the revenue part. Part of this has to do with having a product as well. But hey, if you're buying every single tool out there, and you just, hey, I want this tool, and then the next one, and then you go ahead and add all these kinds of cool features. I got a 1-800 number. I got a live chat. I've got there's a lot of tools out there, like things that you could pay for on a month-to-month basis. All of a sudden, your monthly expenses start to add up really high and huge, and you can't afford to run and operate the business. So you have to really cut costs, become slim, especially at the beginning. As you become larger, and you're generating a good amount of revenue, of course you could have a live chat, because a live chat for, let's say, depending on how many people are coming to your website, sometimes they have it based on tickets, operators. Let's say it costs you $20 a month. Well, if you're a small company and you're not making a lot of revenue, well, that eats into almost one customer purchase. Whereas if you're making up, let's say $2,000-$3,000 a month, $20, maybe you need to pay a little more, $35 for more traffic. It's not as huge and on a percentage basis. It's all about the scale of large numbers. Number 6, talking with customers. A lot of people don't know how to talk, speak, and engage with their customers. You might be talking about things about yourself. Like if you're creating a recipe, showing people your recipe or cookbook, you don't know how to communicate those things. Maybe you start going on a tangent about your favorite recipe or your favorite kitchen tools, or what happened with your grandma when she was creating this recipe. And some people just want to get direct and specific. So you need to know how to speak to your customers and your audience, and that way you can link them back kind of to your product. And the last thing here is focusing on high value tasks. Let's say I owned a brick and mortar store or shop. It could be something like a gas station. It could be something where we sell retail and clothes. Well, I could go ahead and be the salesperson of that business, or I could be the chief of everything officer, the CEO, and go ahead and hire my team. Go ahead and find new good products. Ultimately, high value tasks are things like products, marketing, and really people. When you look at these things, these people could be your customers, or it could be your team. These are the things you're focusing on. If you're focusing on cleaning, let's say, the toilets, not that that's a bad job to a degree, because it needs to be done, but as a business owner starting a business, you need to focus on products, marketing, people. These are the key. These are the things that will grow your business. Whereas, hey, if I go ahead and sweep the floor, if I go ahead and reorganize the shelves, that's not necessarily going to grow your business. It makes your business more presentable, but it's not going to grow it. So focus on high value growth related tasks that can really step things up in your online business. So these are kind of 7 big obstacles you may encounter, and some things to really focus on as you continue to evolve your online business further. Of course, there's many more other tips and ideas out there. This is just a starting point. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Remember to hit the subscribe button here on YouTube, or go ahead and get some of those freebies by just clicking the link here. Thanks again. Remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.